The Obama administration is pushing back against New Yorkers who say the White House is shortchanging Homeland Security funding. The White House is insisting the Big Apple is sitting on $275 million it says it has in unspent cash. That's not sitting very well with our next guest. 2 weeks to the day, an SUV that was packed with explosives meant to detonate in the heart of Times Square. New York Congressman Peter King is joining me, a ranking member of the House Homeland Security Committee. Congressman, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you, Jamie.
I have to clear something up first of all. The Obama administration and the Homeland Security Secretary, Janet Napolitano, says there's plenty of money in New York. In fact, you have money that you didn't spend. Is that money truly available, and is that money that renews each year that we would have to keep New Yorkers and all the millions of tourists that come every year safe?
Jamie, there's several issues here. One, no, the $275 million is not there for New York to take. In fact, last night was the first time that the Obama administration or anyone has ever even made this argument. I met with Secretary Napolitano on Thursday morning. She never even mentioned this to me. What they are talking about, all they can be talking about, is money that's going through the funding process, money which is being delayed by the Department of Homeland Security itself. One quick example. There's a $38 million grant to harden the path tunnel from New Jersey to New York. That was supposedly made available in 2008. We can't get a penny of that because the department has not yet completed its environmental impact statement because that's an historic tunnel. So any money that has not been used, it's because it's being held up in their bureaucracy. And for them to take this cheap shot is really disgraceful. Do you really think Mayor Bloomberg will be holding $275 million in the bank with all the terrible economic crises that face New York and the terrible security crises that face us?
Well, I know you're troubled by the timing of this, even the administration making this argument now 2 weeks after so many people could have been killed in Times Square if that bomb had gone off. You know, I'm troubled by the fact that we're even having the discussion and letting the terrorists know that there's a bit of shortage of cash, that we don't have radioactive monitors or sensors in New York City that I know you want additional funding for, and Senator Schumer agrees with you.
Absolutely. This should be a nonpartisan or bipartisan issue. It should be an American issue. Yes, Commissioner Kelly wants another $20 million to put radiation detectors around Manhattan to protect New York from a radioactive dirty bomb. The President of the United States took every penny of that away. There was not one penny in his budget for that this year, even though the city needs it, because we know, as was proven 2 weeks ago, that the next attack will come from outside Manhattan, from either the suburbs, New Jersey, or Connecticut. And next time, if it was with a dirty bomb, it'll be catastrophic. And yet that program is there, and the President has eliminated all funding for it. And he comes to New York on Thursday, tells the mayor what a great job he's doing, gets a police jacket from the police department so he can get a good photo op with the cops. And then the next day, his Homeland Security Secretary, at 4:45 in the afternoon, sends out a phony letter saying that New York is actually holding on to money and not spending it. This is the height of hypocrisy and really dangerous.
But before I let you go, I have to ask you about other states, because people watch us all around, not only this country, but a lot of our troops serving overseas to keep us safe from terrorists that want to come to the United States watch the Fox News Channel, too. Are other states that are known as potential terror targets in the same boat? Are they getting the money they need?
No, it's interesting. The states that need it are not getting all they need, but other states which will never need it in a million years are getting Homeland Security funding. They are getting grants. They are getting funds to use, even though they are not terror targets at all. So this whole system has to be changed. New York is clearly the number one target, but obviously you have other targets. I'm not going to go through the names, but there's others which are targets. None of the real targeted cities and areas are getting the money they need. We have not made the real commitment to that. Instead, we spread the money around the country as if it's just political payoffs to give out.
Congressman King, I know you are in Washington looking out for our safety. I would call the American people to contact their representatives, too, and ask how much funding they're getting and whether it's sufficient so that they know what they need to do to keep themselves safe. Thank you so much, Congressman P. King.
Jamie, thank you.